Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are doing well. So welcome all in this new video. In this video, we will see what are the variables in Python and different types of variable in Python programming language. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. I already have created a Jupyter notebook file where I have written everything which we need to know about variables in Python. So first of all, what are the variables? So variable are the name of location in memory where we can store values. Variable play a crucial role in programming by allowing us to store and manipulate data in a program. Without variables, it would be difficult to write programs that perform complex tasks such as processing large amount of data, making decisions based on user input, or performing repetitive tasks. So variable are the name of the memory location in our RAM or ROM. So this is the basic thing. This is the basic definition of variable. Variables are named so that we can easily reference them later in our code. When we assign a value to a variable, the value is stored in the memory and the variable becomes a reference to that value. This allows us to use the variable throughout the code without having to remember the actual value. For example, consider a program that needs to keep track the user's age. We could create a variable called age and assign the value 30 to it. So I will run this cell. Now, whenever we need to use the user's age in our code, we can simply reference the age variable rather than having to remember the actual value of 30. This makes our code easier to read and maintain, as the meaning of the age variable is clear and easy to understand. So I will print the value of age. I will write the code. I will just print age. This will give output as 30. This means age is remembering our value which we have assigned to this age variable. In addition to make our code easier to understand, variable also make it easier to modify and reuse our code. For example, if we need to change the user's age in our program, we can simply assign a new value to the age variable rather than having to search throughout our code for each instance of the value 30. So what this means, like it is showing like if we assign some other value to our age variable, now if we print value of age, it will give us 35. So this is what this means here. In conclusion, variables are important in programming because they allow us to store and manipulate data in a program. They make our code easier to read, understand, modify, and reuse, which is essential for writing efficient and effective programs. Now, there are some rules in Python for variables. So in Python, there are a few rules to follow when naming variables. The first one is variables names can only contain letter, number, and underscores. Second is variable name cannot start with a number. Third is variable name should not contain space. Fourth is variable name should not be same as Python keyword like for, while, if, else, etc. Variable names should be descriptive and meaningful. It's good to have a practice to use snake case for naming variable, which means using lowercase letters and separating words with underscore. For example, my underscore variable, student underscore age, etc. It is important to follow these rules and naming conventions because they make your code easier to read and understand. Additionally, following these rules helps avoid error and make it easier to maintain your code over time. So these are some valid variable names. So first is age, so this is valid. Then student underscore name, this is also valid. The third is total underscore students, this is also valid. Then underscore private underscore variable, this is also valid. And these are some invalid variable names example. So first is 1st underscore student. So it is invalid because it starts with a number. The second is student space name. So this is also invalid because it contains a space between student and name. And the third is student hyphen name. It is also invalid because it contains a hyphen. And third is for. It is invalid because it has a Python keyword. So for is a Python keyword. We will see it later. The fifth is while. It is also invalid because it is a Python keyword. Then if and maybe else, true. These are some Python keywords. So I can add here true also. So This true word is also invalid here because true is a Boolean variable. Next is different types of variable in Python. So in Python, there are several different types of variable, including integer, float, string, boolean, list, tuple, and dictionary. So these are the most used type of variable. So first type of variable is integer. So integer is used to store numbers in variable. So integer is used to store whole numbers such as 1, 2, 3, etc. As you can see in this below cell, I have defined a is equal to 10, b is equal to minus 5. Now you know 10 and minus 5 are whole numbers. So if I run, then these two values will be assigned to a and b respectively. Now if I want to check the type of this variable a, so I need to print type a. So now if I run this cell, now you will see that type of a variable is int. So you can see a is equal to 10 and the type of variable is int. The second type is float. So float is also used to store numbers in Python, but it is used to store fractional part of number such as 3.14, 1.0, 5.7, 3.9, etc. So if I define c is equal to 3.14, d is equal to 0.05, 0.5. So now these c and d will be float type of variable. If I run this cell and the next cell also, it will show me the type of variable c, and you can see the type of variable is float. Now the third type of variable is complex. So it used to store complex number such as 2 plus 3j, minus 5 plus 6j, where j represents the imaginary unit. So for example, here I have stored x as 2 plus 3j and y as 4.5 plus 7j. So these two x and y are complex type of variable. Now if I run this cell, these two complex number will be assigned to x and y respectively. And now if I want to check the type of x variable, so it will show me the type of variable is complex. You can perform arithmetic operation on these numbers such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. For example, if I assign 10 as x1, 5 as x2, and then if I add x1 plus x2, this will give me the result as 15. So I will show you here. I will just run this cell and all these operations will be done in a single step. So now we have got the values of addition, subtraction, multi-division. Now if I print all these four values, now you can see the value of addition is 15, that is x1 plus x2, meaning that 10 plus 5. And similarly, value of subtraction is 5, that is 10 minus 5. Then multiplication is 10 into 5, that is 50. And then division is 10 divided by 5, that is 2. So this is how this arithmetic operations work in the numbers. Now the next type of variable is text type of variable. So for text type of variable, we have string here. So in Python, text data is stored as strings. A string is a sequence of characters such as words, sentence, or paragraphs. You can define a string by enclosing characters in either single or double quotes. So here you can see I have first hello word, hello comma word, and I have defined this hello word in this double quote. The name of the variable is string 1, and the second name of the variable is string 2, and this time string 2 is defined as how are you, then question mark, and it is defined in this single quote. So both are the right method. So now if I run this cell, so these two words will go into string 1 and string 2 respectively. So if I print type of string 1, so as you can see, the type of string 1 is str, that means string, and similarly for string 2 also, the type of variable is str, that is string. Now you can perform various operations on string such as concatenations, that means joining two strings together, and repetitions, that means repeating a string a certain number of times, and then indexing, that means accessing individual characters in a string. So for example, to create concatenated string, you can use a plus operator. So here in the example you can see string 1 is equal to hello and string 2 is equal to word. So if I have to concatenate these two strings, so I will have to use plus operator here. So the concatenated string name is, string variable name is string 3. So I will print the string 3 also, and it will give me output as hello world. So first I will run this cell, and then now you can see if I print string 3, then it is giving me result as hello world. The second is to repeat a string a certain number of times, we can use the star operator. So if string's value is hello and repeated string value is string into 3, this star value means into, this means multiplications. So it will be repeated 3 times here. Now the output values of repeated string will be hello, hello, hello. So as you can see, the output is hello, hello, hello. The third is accessing individual characters. So we can use a square bracket and index number to access individual character. So the string value is hello world, and we are accessing to first and eighth character of this string. So first character is H and the eighth character is W. So it will give me output as H and W. You can see the output is H and W. Now it is important to note that in Python, strings are immutables, which means that once a string is created, you cannot change individual characters within the string. However, you can create a new string by concatenating or repeating existing strings. So this is very important to note that. So some other type of variables in Python. First is Boolean. So Boolean variables are used to store the values that is true or false. So they are often used to represent the result of a condition or comparison. For example, if we have to keep track of someone's logging in, so we can have a variable name is logged in. So if it is true, then that means that person has logged in, and if it is false, then it means that person has not logged in. So now if I have to print the type of variable, so now as you can see the type of variable is bool, so that means Boolean variables. Then one more type of variable is list. So list are ordered collection of values which can be of any type. For example, fruit is equal to apple, banana, cherry. So what it means here, so these strings apple, banana, cherry will be stored in the fruits variable. So if I check the type of this variable, fruit variable, so it will give me the type of fruit variable as list. So one more thing you can see here, fruits 2 is equal to mango. I have changed the value of cherry, so that comes at third place. So 0, 1, 2, I will have to use 2 to check the value of third variable. So I will use index number as 2. So if I want to change the value of cherry as mango, so I have to do this fruits index number 2 is equal to mango. So what it will do, it will change the value of cherry, and the cherry will be replaced by mango. So if I print fruits, now you can see the cherry is gone and it is replaced by mango. So next is tuple. So tuple are similar to the list, but they are immutable and cannot be modified once created. So for example, coordinates is equal to 10, 20. So if I run this cell, you can see the type of variable coordinates is tuple. So the difference between list and tuples is like you can use this indexing here in this list variable, but you cannot do the indexing in this tuple variable. So this is what means here. So if I run this cell, so it will give me some error. As you can see, tuple object does not support item assignment, so it cannot be modified. The next is dictionary. So dictionaries are unordered collection of key value pairs where each key is associated with a key. For example, the name of the variable is person, and the person variable has name and age as key, and their value is John D and 25. So if I run this cell, so name will be associated with John D and age will be associated with 25. So if I check the type of person variable, so it will give me dict. So dict means dictionary type of variable. So this is the, I think we have covered all the necessary variables type. So these are the most commonly used variable in Python, but there are also other types such as sets, array, and more. So understanding the different types of variable is important as it affects that you can use and manipulate the values stored in the variables. It is a very basic thing, but it is very important for the people who use Python as their programming language. So I think we have come to the end. So now in the next video we will see number variable and then string variable. For now, bye bye.